First, they started fighting a little bit, and then it got worse and worse.
We argument over the smallest thing, and then as the years progressed, it just the small things started to aggravate each other.
Like them fighting in the hallway. I was only like 2 or 3 years old when that happened. So it kind of scared me.
The way I feel, I wouldn't want anybody else to feel like that. Because it's too painful.
It hurts, but I can't explain the hurting in words, so it's just the tip of me and I can't get it out. It's just like in my heart, a knife is being stabbed and I just want it to stop.
My name is Lisa L. Alexander. I'm a single parent. I have a son, Dante Daniel. He's 10 years old. His father is James Daniel.
There's you and your dad coming from church. Look at your shades.
We've never been married, and we agreed to have me as the primary parent. And we both agreed to raise Dante the best that we can.
I'm Dante's dad. I guess like all parents, I just want the best for him. We have a good time together. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Dante normally visits me every other weekend. It started off, it was real good. The relationship with his mom now is a little bit shaky. We started having some problems with visitation.
Dante would express his opinions to his father, and if they made sense to me, I would back Dante up. And really, that's when the problem started.
These noodles are delicious.
A C?
No, not a C. A++.
His father still does not see him for who he is, and that's where our conflicts come from. He didn't want to go over there, which is why I'm in the situation I'm in.
Sometimes when I go to pick him up, and I would be at the door, and I could tell he was right in the middle. And I was just hoping that she wouldn't put it on him, but she would say, do you want to go with him? It's not like, Dante, your dad is here. You're scheduled to be with him. Or preferably, he should have been ready. His little bag should have been packed. But it's almost like nobody knew I was coming until I showed up at the door. And then leave the decision on him. Do you want to go with him? Well, that's kind of putting me down.
I can understand how his father felt shortchanged about not interacting in his life, but it was also frustrating for me to get his father to understand this is where the problem is.
Eventually, I talked to his mom and said, I wish we could work this thing out, and if not, I might have to go to court.
The Domestic Relations Office, Family Court Services Division, also known as FCS, it's the division that focuses on court order services for the family courts. And then we also provide other services that are initiated by parents. Something that we don't do is that we don't provide legal advice. Everything that we do, it's in a social service setting. Focusing more in the different services that we provide, or among all the services that we provide, there's two that are very significant, and we focus on increasing the parenting time of the parents. Or of course, also share parenting for both parents to be involved in their children's life. One of them is access facilitation. With this one, we have an FCS staff member assigned to the case, and they mediate issues between the parents so they can come up to an agreement in regards to the parenting time. This can be a temporary time. It can be something more long-term. If the court wishes, then we can also monitor the compliance of this agreement. Usually this type of services, it's very beneficial to the parents because they're more willing to follow the court order because they have some say-so. They were involved throughout the process. In this case, it's court mandated. Then the other case that we have, and that one's initiated by an application, it's enforcement of access and possession. In that case, we usually have a non-custodial parent apply for services. They have to have a final order, and they have to have a parenting time schedule on it. And if there's allegations that they're not being allowed to see their children, then we get the case assigned to a social worker. The social worker is trained to work with parents when there's conflict, make sure they decrease the conflict, make sure they discuss, resolve parenting time issues to increase that parenting time and for this parent to be able to see their children.
In addition to the services we offer, we contract with Project Amistad for supervised visits and exchanges between parents and children. This contract covers services for those experiencing family violence. It also allows the children to have a positive relationship with both parents in a safe environment.
I'm a huge cheerleader, if you will, of the Domestic Relations Office, especially the Family Court Services. In my court, I deal with a lot of families with different levels of income, and some are married, some are not married, and some have domestic violence issues, things of that nature. So when parties come in my court and they're not able to reach an agreement with particular the access and possession, visitation, I refer all of my cases to the Domestic Relations Office. And what I like about the Domestic Relations Office, and I'll just say DRO from now on, is that you have a social worker and they genuinely care about the children, which is my job. My job is to make sure that what's in the best interest of the children and to have both parents involved in the child's life as much as possible. And so your office helps facilitate that away from lawyers, away from the court, and to give them that sense of being heard and telling their story and their concerns and or challenges, and then hoping to reach, I hope, an agreement to at least start visitation. And then I keep the case so that we can maybe babysit it a little bit and then see where we can go from there.